Hello and welcome, this is High Templar with my Total War Warhammer multiplayer battles, and today we'll be playing in this beautiful map, and the Wood Elves and Arbulon will be facing Empire and Britannia. But firstly, this map, those mushrooms, this map was added some time ago, but I haven't seen it a lot, and I would hope there would be more of that in multiplayer and in the actual campaign, because it looks awesome. Alright, so let's have a look. Here we have Empire and Britannia, and here we have Arbulon and Wood Elves. Let's have a look at the builds of those players. We have White Riders with shields on that flank, and for the Wood Elf player we have Orion as a lord, and then we have a line of Eternal Guards with shields, 4 of them, and the center is being kept by the Treekin, and the flanks have 2 War Dancers with the Branch Ride support and the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts support. We also have 2 Glade Riders Hagbane Tips on this flank. For the Arbulon player, who is led by Durtu, by the way, that's a very Wood Elfy army, lots of Wood Elves, not many spirits. And in the forest, in the Arbulon, it's totally opposite. We have some Dryads, we have Durtu, we have a Treeman, we do have War Dancers, Azrai Spears, and single unit of Eternal Guards, and also Great Guards with Starfire Shafts, and also the Branch Ride. And we also have White Riders on this flank. For the Empire player, we have Knights of Blazing Sun, which is not that common right now. They were very popular when they came, but then the price was changed, and Zintler's Guard, however, Rise Guard, amazing unit, a solid line of 5 Flagellants and then 3 Handgunners. Those handgunners will not have like a full view, but they will have enough. Then we have Sunmaker, who is kinda exposed here, and Spearman. And we have Boris Toadbringer, right, on the flying mount. For the Bretonnian player, we have a very nice Bretonnian army. We have Pegasus Knights, not the royal ones. We have some basic meat shields of men-at-arms with shields and peasant mob, but we do also have spearmen-at-arms on the both flanks. We also have battle pilgrims and the Grey Reliquary, and we have lots of knights and Fey Enchantress. So Knights Errants, Knights of the Realm, and then we have Grey Knights. 2 units of Knights of the Realm and single units Knights Errants. So let's have a look of what will happen. Obviously, those elves need to run away, because those handgunners will be able to fire through the ranks of Flagellants. And the Sunmaker is starting to fire into the Glade Riders, but they will be running away. And the Arbulon line is moving. The Sunmaker is firing into Wood Elves, which is not the best. The Treekin and the Dryads would have a lot more hits. Eternal Guards with shields are not as expensive. We have a charge of the Glade Riders straight into the Sunmaker. But there will be support of Flagellants and Spears, but those guys managed to run away with almost no losses. I mean, that unit was already damaged, but this will hurt them a lot. Those Pegasus Knights will eat them alive. But we can see that the elves' lines are moving. This was just a distraction. The Sunmaker, it seems to be that the Sunmaker crew abandoned their posts and they will be going back just now. We have Starfire shafts firing into flagellants, which is a bad choice. And there will be a contact between the units here. So the Sunmaker will not do as much damage. The Eternal Gods with shields blocking Spearmen at arms. Some nice explosions right here. So let's have a look at the situation, because it's very interesting right now. We could not follow this at all times, but here we have single units of Eternal Gods with shields blocking with the Spearmen at arms. This is the fight that they will win, but all those swords units, Peasant Mob is not really a problem, will be blocked by the Spearmen at arms and they will not be able to engage and hit the Eternal Gods with shields that badly. Here we have 2 units of War Dancers who will go into those flagellants and into those men at arms with shields and will have a field day of them. And here we have 3 kin charging at the flagellants who do not have much armor piercing, and those guys have plenty armor. We will have engagement. I see some of the War Dancers heavily damaged, but still going into the Tattered Souls. That should be a fight that we win, but with all the support those guys will lose on this front. At least that flank is fine until the cavalry will come. The Arguelon player on the other hand is absolutely flanking. So all those War Dancers, Astra Spears should be coming after these Interest Guards, but they are expensive units, so Dryads are coming in first, I assume. There is also a 3-man and a Durtu coming here, and there were Wild Riders. On this flank, however, we still have very powerful Pegasus Knights and lots of Bretonnian infantry and the cavalry of Bretonnia, which will be needed to be... That was a miss. And here I guess we will have another charge straight into the... No, actually no. I thought it would be into the Sunmaker, but it's not. Here we have a charge into the Eternal Gods with shields, which is probably not the best choice, but the rest of the cavalry is coming. And they are going after this guy. On this flank we have a massive attack from the flank, absolutely devastating whatever is left here, but the first units that went here already broke. We have a charge with the cavalry into the back of what's left of this units, like a 3-kin and Eternal Guards with shields. And Boris is destroying the Glade Guard's Starfire shafts. And here we have a massive cavalry charge into this unit of Glade Guard Starfire shafts. They will not survive this at all. However, so these units were clamped up on those War Dancers and single units of Eternal Guards that already broke. But as you can see, they were damaged. Well, maybe not the peasant, because they don't really matter, and they were stopped. And here we have Eternal Gods with shields again, and Wild Riders with shields. But on this flank, those flagellants were pretty much destroyed. Here we have few units, or here we have flagellants and flagellants, but those guys were attacked from the back by the Dryads and will not survive for very long. And we have a lot of units pouring in, the Dryads fighting the Blades of Blazing Sun, but the Astra Spears are coming to support them, and those handgunners were destroyed by the Dryads. And we still have a 3-man and a Durtu and a War Dancers Astra Spears that actually haven't played a big role in this battle yet.
Get those commoners shooting their filthy foes! Back!
Interesting situation here. Here is Nice Losing Sun charging into the Dryads, and that's a very good choice to use this unit against the Dryads, since they are those Dryads are very weak to fire, and well, these are Nice Losing Sun. But now they are charging into the War Dancers Asrai Spears. Although they are charging in a back, they would have to retreat like super fast to not make this engagement a loss. But we've seen this player already being able to cycle charge pretty nicely. But now they are not disengaging. And they are not disengaging, not fast enough. They got a hit, a large hit, and they are also caught by this unit of Asrai Spears, and this will be the end for those guys here. Boris, very healthy, taking down some of those Light Guards, Starfire Shafts, and now going in the fight with Eternal Guards, which is bad because he's a big target and he'll be taking on with Durtu, which is not perfectly good exchange for him. Some of those Knights of the Realm are getting hit by the Starfire Shafts, and this is also something that will hit them, and the 3 men will be intercepting these Knights, which is nice. But the Boris, no, he's not coming in. So all those units, 3 men stopped the Knights of the Realm, and the Durtu is incoming. That's a very bad exchange for them. Here we have a clump of units from the Bretonia, Eternal Guards with shields here, but there are some War Dancers, Asrai Spears, and the Dryads fighting out here. Those guys probably pull off and fight something big. We still have a Trikin fighting it, and the Branch Rite, and Orion in the melee, beasting it out. Yeah, those Pegasus Knights, not many chances with all this against them. They were caught and isolated and destroyed. Flagellants, what's left of them being charged. Those units are coming back. Most of what was here is dead. Those guys still have 36 men and quite some ammo, firing into Boris and damaging him. He has a nice armor, but those Sunmakers will not do anything. And we will have cycle charging into the Fey Enchantress, I guess. Asrai Spears against Fey Enchantress. Fey Enchantress is on horse. This will be pretty bad for her. Also, there was a cavalry unit that routed here, and those knights will also be routing very fast. There was a charge of Knights of the Realm into this Jade Guard Starfire Shafts, but the Eternal Guards are supporting, and the Wild Riders are supporting. And Asrai Spears, very fast unit, able to support this fight as well, will be taking down those Knights of the Realm and the Pegasus Knights. Boris is still alive, but we have some Eternal Guards with here. So now it's Durtu and Orion and some Trikin fighting against this blob of infantry. And that is pretty much what's left here. The Boris is still alive here, but all that cavalry is gone. Asrai Spear doing amazing job of taking them out. And going back to this fight again to support with the Durtu and the 3 men, which are very much alive. Those Knights of the Realm pretty much destroyed, being charged by the White Riders. And this is very bad. They should charge them, at least they would do some damage against them. Now they will, with pretty much no damage. Trikin finally routed. There is still 4 of them. They will come back. Now there is a charge by the Wild Riders here. We will see. Ouch, that got to hurt. Fey Enchantress doing her magic, but as you can see we have also Earthblood, and the Earthblood, Durtu and 3 men and Earthblood That will not end very well for the Bretonia and Empire. You can see that only Faye Enchantress and Boris is in any position to fight. The rest of the units are routing. Reliquary is being pursued by Durtu. Grey Knights dying very quickly. Faye Enchantress wavering, and this is the end. Boris will not be able to stop all of those guys, especially with some War Dancers Astra Spears still alive, and the Durtu still have his ability that will be able to throw some magic attacks into the Boris. So as you can see, this is the end. Battle Pilgrims trying to stay in the fight. That's not going to go very well. "30 seconds, Boris is wavering, even though because of the army losses. And the last Flagellant charging into the Eternal Gods with shields and dying. Wow, that was quite interesting. So, this is it. Let's see other scores. We can see again the scores in the multiplayer battles. So for Tokshan, who also have a channel, check it out, it's amazing. We have Orion getting amazing kills. But the Durtu doing quite well, and those Dryads certainly paid for their upkeep. Cavalry doing amazing job, and the Treemen also doing very nice indeed. Only the Great God Starfire Shaft didn't do much in this battle. For the Celestor, we have only 52 units remaining here. That was very close, but they were also very powerful units. We do have Eternal Gods with shields holding on. We do have Cavalry doing quite a job, and the Trikin doing quite a job. And single unit of War Dancers doing very well indeed, but the second one was focused fire by those handgunners. For the Nefkalion, we have Battle Pilgrims doing nice and the Cavalry doing nice, but they were supposed to do. The Pegasus Knights doing very well, but Knights Errants for their price doing better. However, Pegasus Knights were used to take out, for example, those Glade Riders, so there's that. For the Hairy Hobbit, we have, we do have some kills on the Silver Bullets, but they were denied most of the fight. We did see quite nice cycle charging with the Knights of Blazing Sun. Ziegler that was apparently caught by the Astra Spears shortly, and the Sign Maker didn't pay for himself, which is not that surprising, but the Boris did good job indeed. And this is it. I hope you like it. If you did, press like, comment if you will, subscribe, and see my other videos. In Total War Warhammer, I do battle commentaries, like you see here, but I also do mechanics videos and DLC analysis and speculation videos and mod reviews and let's plays in Total War series and other games. Thank you for watching, and see you later.